my fight against Stapho Thienpont at the Flemish Open this year. I wanted to pull half guard, considering Stapho's a pretty good open guard and these are hard to pass on IBJJF rules. Pull guard quickly and risk opportunistic pass, or set up my guard pull, that's always a dilemma. Too slow my pull, and Stapho manages to pull open guard. I'm in the center, I can keep putting pressure. I know now I can pretty much cancel his game out, but it's going to be very hard to pass him, because as you see, he keeps flat on the floor and keeps himself right in the middle, stopping my pressure. As long as I can keep pressure, preventing Stapho from getting back up, the game is all about angles. Interestingly, I need an angle to pass and put more pressure. At the same time, Stapho needs to make an angle to be able to sweep me. On the flip side, if I make an angle, Stapho can use it to sweep me, and if he makes an angle to sweep me, I can use it to add pressure and pass. Therefore, the first one to make an angle pretty much put himself on the downside. My goal is to keep pressure at this point, stay active. I know I cannot really pass from there, but as long as I keep active and keep adding pressure, I can either trigger him to make an angle and use it to pass, or make him tired. The flip you see here, I could use it to pass him, provided I keep the hip over. I didn't manage to do that, but at the same time, it makes him a bit tired, makes him reactive, and the referee sees it as working, so I don't get stalling. That's always a danger as a pressure passer. I rolled my hip to the left side, but at the same time my right shoulder keeps driving in. This prevents Stapho from sweeping me. I have to watch out that he cannot put his both hooks under my hips, because it can put pressure on my shoulders and trigger an Americana. Not that I'm going to tap from there, but a submission or... You see me still rolling my hip here. This is to prevent him from putting the right hook, and at the same time I'm trying out to walk my hip closer so he cannot put his hook inside and I can start lifting him on the right side. Since my right hip is down, Stapho brings his head to the right side, trying to sweep me to my left side. And I keep my weight distribution in the center, my left shoulder in, and try to stay heavy. My main goal is now preventing him from getting his feet in, because he can use his feet to make distance, and then making my grips more tired. So pretty much, the fight is going my way here, but I still have to be careful not to get swept and not to get stalling points. Every time Stapho lifts his hip up, I use the opportunity to come closer and put more pressure. However, does a good job of keeping his feet on my hips and maintaining distance. The angle on the right side allows me to put more pressure, and Stapho leaves it by putting pressure with his hand on my shoulders and my head. From an outside perspective, you don't see a lot happening. My main goal is to tire my opponent out, keep pressure, and every time he pushes, he wastes energy that I can either use it to tire him out, or I can use it to start making space. Stapho's push here, I use it to get my head inside. I didn't use it to pass, but for the referee it's a mental note and I'm working, and actually so far I've been dominating this fight. Now, Stapho's sitting up, so now if he can now get up, it will used to be counted as a sweep. So I bring my hip over his head, this prevents him from getting up, but on the downside, he now has access to my feet. To prevent the footlock, I keep walking back into him, getting my hip to my feet, and this makes my limbs more stronger. Everything that's been brought close to the hips is stronger. However, it's a bit dangerous because I go close to the mat, and I don't want to give him 2 points on a reset. There's absolutely no danger of getting toe holded here because I'm so close, but Stapho can use it to bring me out of balance again. I keep my hip forward. Now, here, I'm in zero danger. I'm actually in a pretty good angle still, but let's see what happens. We get a reset, and now it's tricky. I think it should be 0-0. My opponent gave him 2 points. Maybe the advantage would have been right for the footlock, but I don't agree with it. I go quickly for a shoot, because now Stapho cannot pull guard anymore. And if I take him down now, at least the score is 2-2 still. I believe I really did all the work so far, but I'm still losing on points. And if I get now put in his guard, then the match is pretty much over, because he can just stall me out, and I wasn't able to pass in the first part. Already 4 minutes in, so I don't think I can do it if I'm 2 points behind. So, here the fight is mostly, don't let them run out of the mat, stay on top, and get a takedown. Now, during that scramble, I managed to get a foot, and the rotation control allows you to take him down. If I now establish control for at least 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, there I got my 2 points. Since Stapho put his hook over my leg, if I get my leg free at some point, right now, I got another 3 points for the pass. Didn't get it yet. He put his hook back inside. But it's no difference. I just have to wait. Now, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm 5 points ahead. Now the match is pretty much a wrap. All I gotta do is keep control. And since Stapho was like a former student of mine in the past, it's always a bit exciting to fight former students. So I really am Well, there's no hard feelings, but you know how it is. So I really want to finish this fight on submission. The timing of this mount was a bit off because he was turning his legs away. However, he did a not such a good job by staying flat, and I actually got my 4 points there for the mount. Now, since I'm back on bottom, this could be considered a bad thing, but I'm so much points ahead, and topside close guard is actually a pretty good position to finish. It's actually an easier position to finish in the last minute of a fight than mount would be, because I have the angle, I control the head, so the posture, and I control the arm. My opponent now is a trilemma actually. He has to defend either his back, the submission, and the sweep. Since I want the submission, I'm gonna use the back take and the sweep, so the pendulum sweep, as triggers to get the reaction that I need to get the submission. If he ever pulls backward, that's when I can attack the arm. Most people on bottom start setting the hip right away, but then he can follow with top pressure. So what I want to do is I want to trigger the sweep, so he moves away from me, and when he moves away, then actually extends his arm himself, and then I get the submission. So actually, instead of submitting him with the Americana, which I usually do from there, he rotated downside, and I get an even more favorable angle. So the same top side, 45 degrees control, and I can finish now with an Americana from rear triangle actually. Pretty good fight, didn't go exactly as planned, but you see the importance of being able to have a diverse game and be dynamic to adjust your game. I made some more in-depth breakdowns of the takedown and the submission in the links on top of this video.